Anyone who spends more than £5 in the shop goes away with a T-shirt as well as their purchase.
Excellent, George.
Can I say fairer than that?
No, not at all. And our very own West Ham supporter, Andy, a.k.a. Danger Mouse. Now, what's this I hear?
Or is it a.k.a. Minnie Mouse now?
Yes. What is all this I hear about his female alter ego making an appearance on Saturday?
Apparently, there was a film about this, and I can't for the life of me think the title, but I think it's A Touch of the Coming Out.
It's not Mrs. Doubtfire, is it?
Could well be. In fact, I think he may well look like Mrs. Doubtfire. In fact, he may make Mrs. Doubtfire look quite reasonable. I understand Andy. I know Andy has promised that he's going to parade, and I use that term advisedly, around the ground on Saturday, clutching a bucket to his bosom, which should be entertaining, collecting for the club.
Yeah.
As with Andy, everything he does is at his own cost, and everything he makes goes to the club.
Yes. It's also, yes, this is more to the cost of his pride, I think, as much as
I think very much so. He's going to have lessons in makeup by my lady wife.
Right.
She doesn't know that yet. He will be starting his parade about 2:30, I believe. It will be inside the grounds, purely in terms of common decency, I think, as much as anything else. We wouldn't want the members of the Northern Constabulary up on the Turnbull. He is open to offers for anyone who wishes to accompany him. All are welcome.
Do they have to come in fancy dress?
Oh well, I think if one man or one lady can do it, I think it behoves everybody to do it. Quite frankly, anyone who's joining him anyway. If not, I think people should give generously.
Yes, absolutely, George. Yeah, I think the whole idea of pay what you like, I think it's all down to paying what you feel that the club deserves, and I think the club deserves a lot of credit.
I think they deserve a great deal of credit.
And also, I believe Andy's got a great range of badges, as usual.
He has indeed. He's done badges for every team member.
Yes.
They're on sale in the shop at £2 each. Very, very cheap. So I would say to any supporters, come and buy a badge of your favourite player and wear it with pride on Saturday.
That's fantastic.
We shall be open from about 1:45 as usual, and people are welcome whether they're buying or not buying. Just to see people on the ground chatting and smiling will be absolutely lovely.
OK, George, thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to meeting up with you on Saturday.
Thank you for the opportunity, Goose.
No problem at all. That's if I can fight my way through the crowd.
Crowd of... yes, I'll leave it at that.
Our very own Club Shop co-manager there, George Osborne, speaking to us on the eve of Pay What You Like Day. And I'm very pleased to say that our club chairman, Graham Manser, joins us. Welcome, Graham.
Welcome. Good evening, Goose.
Nice to have you with us, Graham. Now, we're looking forward to Pay What You Wish Day on Saturday against Durham City. Graham, whose idea was this, and what are the club trying to achieve by Pay What You Wish Day?
Well, we're trying to give a bit back to the supporters. It's been a very frustrating season. We know one or two other clubs have tried it, and we realise that the supporters were having their Exiles Day, so I thought it would be a good idea to put it all together on Saturday, and let's hope we get a fair few people to watch the Blues.
Okay, Graham. I know you've spoken to a few of the local media as well as, of course, the Codcast. Have you heard much from the public and much feedback as to how many you're expected to maybe have through the gates on Saturday?
How many are going to come is unknown, but the feedback's been tremendous. Most people think we're absolutely balmy, but they appreciate the effort and the gesture. We'll see what happens.
Okay, Graham. Now, as always on the Codcast, we've asked the Whitby Town supporters what they think, and the WTFC Southern Branch, who is down there on the south coast, he says it would be interesting to hear what we normally take on a match day average and compare that to what you take on Saturday. Now, obviously, Graham, you have an idea of how much we normally take. Can you give us any kind of rough idea?
I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
Well, believe it, because on Saturday the 10th of April for the Whitby versus Durham City match, there will be no regular admission price at the turnstiles, as this match is being deemed for spectators as a pay what you wish day. You decide how much you want to pay to get in, and you pay it. It's as simple as that. So start believing on Saturday the 10th of April for Pay What You Wish Day at Whitby Town.
You cannot be serious! I do not believe it!
Well, I would if I could, but Andrew Spencer deals with all that, Goose, and I honestly don't know, but it's not a problem after the event. We'll certainly let you know what the average is, and we'll have to we'll strip out the things like FC United and work out an average of a normal match and compare it with Saturday, but I can't tell you just now because I honestly don't know.
Oh, okay. Now, you say this has been done before. Now, I know it's been done at FC United of Manchester, and of course they have several thousand potential fans over there. Was there any other club that you know of that have done this?
Well, Mansfield did it, and they got 7,000. I don't think I'll be very happy with 10% of that.
I was going to say, yeah, I would have thought you'd take 7,000, Graham. I'm not sure where we're going to put them all, though.
Exactly.
We've also got a message in from Danger Mouse. Now, he says, Graham, do you think that the FA should maybe put a little fund aside for clubs at our level in case we have another winter like the one we've just had?
I'm all for it, but I think it's almost impossible. I don't think it would happen, but great idea.
Yes. Now, of course, Danger Mouse has got an idea of his own for Saturday, which you may have heard, you may not have, but he's hoping to transform himself into Minnie Mouse. They're using goodness knows what kind of clothing and where he's got it from, but yes, he's thinking of dragging up and going with a bucket to collect money on the day, Graham.
Yeah, I do. I was aware of that. Someone mentioned, did the club have a problem with it? And we said, no, not a problem. If someone's willing to dress up, let them crack on.
Excellent. So yes, we can prepare for quite a transformation, I dare say. Of course, earlier this season we had a 7-goal thriller up in Durham, and it's a chance for revenge for Harry and the lads, Graham.
Well, it certainly is. I wouldn't say it was a thriller, more like a horror show, but never mind. We won't go into that one. No,
probably best not. Yes, just looking through the gaps in your fingers, I expect to watch that one. Graham, I've been told by George and by Harry that what has been a difficult season already with all the postponements and floodlight issues got a little bit worse last night when even the club coach got a puncture.
It did. It had to change the wheel before it actually got to the ground. So Ian Carr, the physio, kindly lent his car, and I jumped in there. So we made sure that the kit and the team sheets were there for the right time. As it happened, to be fair to the coach company, they weren't far behind. But we couldn't leave anything to chance. But that's just the way the season's going, Goose. It's been dire.
I was going to say, Graham, I mean, we've asked Harry Dunn, we've asked George from the club shop as well. In your experience of football, I mean, is this the craziest season you can remember?
Well, I've been involved directly with the club for over 20 years, and I've never, ever, ever wished the season to finish. I always hate the close season. I hate the last game of the season. But unfortunately, this year, I really am looking forward to it. As you know, all the games that have been abandoned, they're the worst ones, and then all the games that have been postponed, and then clubs dropping out of the league, and that causes financial problems. It's just one problem after another, and I'll be pleased when it's all over.
All right, then. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Graham.
Not a problem.
And yes, the season will be over in approximately 2 weeks.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you very much.
And keep the faith.
Oh, absolutely. We always do, Graham. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Not a problem.
Yes, it certainly sounds like our chairman's got his summer holidays booked already, and you can book your place on the supporters coach to Retford United this Tuesday if you see Graham at the match tomorrow, or log on to whitby-town.com for more details, including the precise time the bus leaves the Turnbull ground. That's right, you can travel in style with our players and officials bound for Retford. It's the fourth time of asking, because of course to remember the first game half an hour gone and the floodlights went out. It's only happened to us 3 times this season now. Or if you wish to travel independently, DN22 6QF is the postcode you need to know. If you have sat-nav, you can get yourself down there. That's Retford United versus Whitby Town, our next away game this Tuesday, 7:45 p.m. kickoff. And that brings us to the end of this week's Codcast. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you to my guests, Harry Dunn, Graham Manser and George Osborne. I'll be back next week. Keep supporting the Blues and keep the faith.